Welcome to the deep dive. We've got a lot of source material you sent over on this escalating Israel-Iran situation. It's moving fast, it's complex. So our goal today, cut through it all. We want to pull out the key facts, the really important insights, so you get a clear picture of what's actually going on. We're now, into the second week of these exchanges? It really makes you wonder, is this some kind of controlled clash, or are we seeing something much more dangerous unfold? Okay, let's get into it. So Israel's kept up its airstrikes in Iran. Reports are pointing towards nuclear research sites, military targets, even government buildings. And one detail that jumped out, expert, was this centrifuge workshop in Isfahan. Apparently the third nuclear-related facility hit since June 13th. What's the thinking behind hitting that specific kind of target, and how quickly did Iran hit back?
Yeah, that's a critical point. Hitting a centrifuge workshop, well, it's not just about knocking out current capability. It suggests Israel's really trying to push back Iran's longer-term nuclear development. A pretty significant step up, really. Israel's line is, of course, that this is about preventing Iran from getting the bomb. And Iran's response, very swift. Waves of drones, missiles launched towards Israel. Now, Israeli defenses intercepted a lot, but reports do confirm some got through. Hit residential areas, caused damage, and sadly, casualties too.
And those casualties, the human cost, it's really mounting, isn't it? Iran's figures are over 400 killed, more than 3,000 injured from the Israeli attacks. And in Israel, at least 24 dead, hundreds wounded from Iran's retaliation. It's grim.
It is grim. And beyond just the tragic numbers, look at who is being targeted. That tells another story. Both sides are claiming they've taken out senior military figures. Israel says 3 senior Iranian commanders are dead. One, apparently a Quds Force commander that's, a big deal in their foreign operations. And Iran's Revolutionary Guard, they've promised stronger retaliation. That really ups the ante, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Now, internationally, reactions are pouring in. President Trump said the U.S. had nothing to do with this latest attack on Iran. But he also warned Iran not to target U.S. interests. As talk, the U.S. is considering military options. How do we read that? A bit of a mixed message.
It's definitely complex signaling. On one level, it tells Iran, this specific Israeli strike wasn't us. Clear message there. But then you have the warning, the talk of intervention. It suggests U.S. patience is wearing thin if things escalate further. And connecting this to the broader diplomatic picture, well, efforts are frantic. You've got French President Macron talking to Iran's President Pezeshkian, pushing for restraint, for getting back to nuclear talks. Iran's position seems to be, okay, diplomacy maybe, but not while, as they put it, Israeli aggression is ongoing.
Right, and the nuclear issue is understandably a huge international concern. The IAEA confirmed strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. They warned about potential disaster if the Bushehr plant gets hit. And the UN Security Council had an emergency meeting. This feels like more than just general worry. It's like a global fear this could break something fundamental.
Exactly. It could shatter regional deterrence. And the ripple effects are already visible. We saw drones heading towards bases with U.S. troops in Iraq, thankfully shot down, but still. Plus, major worries about how this impacts Gaza, where Israel's operations against Hamas continue. And now Yemen's Houthis are thinking about how they could step in to help Iran. You can see how interconnected and, frankly, volatile the whole region is right now.
So summing up where we are, it's an escalating conflict, second week running, casualties rising, the international community, mostly pushing hard for de-escalation, for diplomacy, because the risk of this spreading wider is just significant.
Which brings us to our final thought for you. We've talked about these very specific targets, nuclear facilities, and these urgent international calls for talks. So thinking about all that, what does this deep dive really suggest about the true, maybe the long-term stakes of this conflict for global stability? Something to consider.